Alright, this is just a general video to discuss some of the things that you may have and some of the assumptions you may have about animation. And I just want to clear that out of the way, especially in terms of animation production. It's a lot of stuff that we see in animation. We're very passive when we watch it, and so when we look at it, we think it's fine. It's fun to watch, so it's probably fun to create. But this video is not designed to scare you, but to at least inform you of the methodologies in animation production that has not changed over the course of, I don't know, last 100 years or so. It is tedious, so I'm not sure what your perception of animation is in terms of producing it, but if you think of hand-drawn animation, digital tools have not made it any easier. It takes just as long to produce. So as you're drawing frame by frame, think about how many frames are in a second and how many seconds you're watching of anything. The least amount of frames you'll be watching on a TV is probably about 12. So you'll be doing 12 drawings per second. And if I'm asking for a final project that's 30 seconds, that's about 720 frames or 720 drawings. How long does it take for you to do one drawing and color it in? I don't know, maybe a minute, maybe 2 minutes. So if it takes you a minute or two to do one frame, multiply that by 700, you end up with a lot of minutes spent on producing just the actual physical labor of it. We're not talking about the design, we're not talking about the story, we're just talking about the actual labor aspect of it. So that being said, I do wanted to make sure that you are aware of the demands of this course. It's a lot of students, after the course is over, I asked them as a post-mortem what was some of your takeaways, and most of the students will say that it is incredibly tedious, time-consuming, but it is very rewarding. The things that you'll be able to create, imagining things. It's not like video where what you create is what you see around you. You're recording time and space in the physical world. And in animation, you can produce and create anything. I mean, you see it everywhere, right? You see talking animals, you see inanimate objects like cars speaking and things like that. So that does free your mind in terms of creating a new type of work. So again, you have to, especially in this course, you will definitely need to manage your time. This course is very time consuming, and I'll show you later, but the typical way to visualize it is a graph, with the bottom being grade levels from like F to an A, and then you got the amount of effort, and it's gonna curve like this. So that's for a small portion of it, let's say from like a D to a B plus. Okay, you end up spending about 30 hours, and then from a B plus to an A plus, you'd spend another 30 hours. So you can see that there's a very minor, small difference, all right, in grade levels, because as you're getting higher quality animation, it's going to take very, very long to produce. So I want to make sure you kind of heard this through, so that way you can anticipate, all right, your coming semester. And if it's not for you, it's not for you. It's totally understandable. And I would say, before I made the spiel, about 1 in 3 students would drop out of the course. You know, that's just the way it is. After I made the spiel, maybe about 10%. So you can look around the room, all right? 1 or 2 of you will be, you know, kind of tap out and say, okay, this is not for me by the end of the semester. So